In this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about projection versus reflection. So I'm going to pose a question on you guys, or just give you guys something to think about. The next time someone insults you, disrespects you, talks down on you, or just does something to you, acts a certain way towards you, I want you to think about this before you react. Are their actions a projection of themselves, or are they a reflection of deep within myself, how I feel about myself? Now, something that a lot of people don't think about is that question. So sometimes you'll go through life, because I could look back on how I was at one point, like when I was insecure, I was self-conscious, didn't have confidence or whatever else. I dealt with a lot more people back then who would disrespect me, who would walk over me and treat me poorly. And back then, I wasn't spiritually in tune. I was just used to think this person's evil, this person's bad, they're mean, blah, blah, blah. But a perspective I didn't see was that these people, what they were showing me, sure, you could say it's a projection of themselves, but it was actually a reflection of me and how I felt within myself. So just like how I didn't respect myself within, they didn't respect me either. Just like how I wasn't confident in myself, I didn't believe in myself, they didn't either, and their actions reflected that. So the next time someone treats you poorly, or they disrespect you, or they do anything, before you react, before you get angry, think to yourself, is this a reflection of me and something I need to work on in myself? Or is this just a projection of who this person is? Because both can be true at the same time, or one or the other could be true. Because after you work on yourself, you will meet people who are intimidated by you and what you could do and who they see that you are, especially if you're someone who's delved deep into your talents and you're doing the things that you love and you're successful at what you do, or you're just radiating your light everywhere. There will be people who are intimidated and envious and jealous, and they'll talk down on you or disrespect you or whatever. But on the flip side of that, you could also be someone who's insecure, self-conscious, you don't respect yourself, and the way the way that shows that you don't respect yourself is the way that you carry yourself through life. You allow people to walk over you, you don't set boundaries, you're not willing to cut people off no matter how many times they overstep. You're always so available for everyone else, but when it comes to yourself, you neglect your own needs. So people's actions can give you a good perspective on who they are, but they could also be showing you who you are and what you need to work on. And when you raise to higher levels of consciousness, your first reaction isn't to react to situations. Because just like I was talking about in a video recently, you understand that you pay with your attention, your energy, your essence, your being, your time, even though time isn't linear, but that's another story. You pay with the way that you respond. So responding to things that are not on your frequency, that are not on your level, is pointless and meaningless, and only serves as reasons to drain you, drop you back down to a lower level, and to waste your time. It's easy to tell when someone's projecting, because oftentimes they'll just come up with scenarios in their head for you, make assumptions, put labels on you or put words in your mouth. But also there are people, when you come in their presence, if you're not secure in yourself, if you're not confident, it's easy to see. And as someone who's been on both sides of the fence, because I lived out most of my life being insecure and not confident, and now I'm not like that, I could easily tell just by looking at someone whether they're confident and secure in themselves, especially when they come in my presence. The problem is that there's some people who, when they see someone who's insecure or not confident, they won't bother them, they won't mess with them. There's other people, depending on the situation or the scenario, they may try to give them a confidence boost, speak life into them. But there are other people, when they see the person who's insecure, they see the person who isn't confident, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna take this guy or this girl to the cleaners. I'm gonna milk them for all they got. They don't know their worth. They don't know their value. You know, I got them, and I could get them to do this or that or whatever else. So the point of this video, if you haven't realized, is just to say everyone who insults you, everyone who disrespects you, everyone who treats you a certain way, it's not always that they're projecting. So sometimes they can be projecting, but sometimes it's just that they are acting as a mirror or a reflection and reflecting back to you parts that you need to work on within yourself.